Alright guys, it's going to be an install video on my 2016 Pioneer with the large wings. Basic things you need to know: get it prepped, get it cleaned good. This is going to be cleaned. I already pre-cleaned it a little bit here, and then we're going to finish cleaning it with rubbing alcohol. Usually use a lint-free rag if possible. Make sure there's no dust or anything underneath when you get done cleaning it. Rubbing alcohol usually dries pretty quick, so rub it down, make sure it's dry, but usually dries quick. These wings go all the way to the very edge of the plastic, so you want to make sure you get all the edges clean. Take our wing here, put tape down it so it lands on the front door, through the middle, or the top and the bottom, I guess. This will allow you to line it up better. Put some tape in the back and the front. Coupled. Actually, we're not going to do it on the very, very front, but I'll apply the front half first, then worry about the back half last. And usually when I go to apply this, I just apply the smooth area in the middle first, on the front and the back, and then I splice it through the middle. I got some problems some guys have had trying to figure out how to do this without getting it too carried away. Grab my knife here, guys. Okay, so basically we'll pull this backing off to the tape in the middle that you got here in the middle of the door. Just lightly cut the paper so you can rip it off without having any extra paper there. You can also use a envelope opener or some sort of that thing, make it a little better. But now if you get half that cut off, just take a squeegee and start applying that smooth area. For those of you that aren't confident enough doing this without wet app, you can wet app these. We recommend Rapid-Tac, just spraying it a little lightly on the adhesive side and the plastic panel itself. Just simply push it down, start from one side to the back. After you get that front half done, through this tape, do the back half. You can't do this with one person. Two persons sometimes helps a little bit, but you can hold it out with one hand, and then go ahead and squeegee it back this way slowly. Again, just on the flat area. Let that bottom area where it tips hang a little bit. Then you pull it straight back and just kind of line it up. Probably about halfway from the front of the panel to the back of the sits, you can just tack it down a little bit. And then push this back half back. Now at this point, you've got it attached to the front door and the back door. So you can go ahead and cut it right in the middle. And when you cut it in the middle, this back area is not touching from the front half. So kind of hold this away from the bed as you cut this in the middle. And make sure you get as close to the middle as possible so you have plenty of hangover to hit both panels all the way around. You just take this half and push it back on. Then you can just finish up the edges around as you come back over. Get those going a little bit. You don't want to feel comfortable pushing those down all the way. You can take the application tape off at this point. And just be careful with the stripes that are hanging off of it. Before you continue any further, there's a lot hanging off these extra here that we have left. You can go ahead and trim up a little closer, not all the way. We'll do a final trim later. But just to get these out of our way. You can even use your fingers to push these down now at this point. Like I said, if you guys wet app, you may have to let them dry a little bit more. I try to use as little fluid as possible, just a light mist on the adhesive and a light mist on the panel, just to give you enough to move it around and get the bubbles out. And if you get a problem with this, you can pull this stuff back up and reapply it too, even with dry app. But this is the gray carbon fiber. All of our carbon fiber has air release on the backing. If you go solid color, there is no air release, so we highly suggest rapid tack on that, just to make things a lot easier. Some of you guys are gonna have problems on these curves. You gotta use a heat gun. You gotta get some heat on there. Some guys don't have heat guns, they'll use a torch. Be very careful of that because it gets super hot. Heat gun can get hot too, but you have a problem with these getting rounded around here. Just start applying a little bit of heat gun warm and they'll be fairly flexible for you. I like to try to get as much as I can before the heat, but we always suggest to use heat on everything after you're done installing, just to make sure that everything stays on good. So you can pressure wash it, do whatever you need to do. Once you get these pressed in all the way into the edge, which you can take a squeegee too to get a little further, make sure that they're applied all the way in. you can trim these right along the edge of the plastic. So the way I laid this out, on a 3-seater, the hardest panel you'll probably have is back here on the back of the bed. You run it just under this line on the bed here. It stays smooth all the way across, real easy to fold that around on that. This piece right here then lays on corner. That will take some heat to get that to go. So you just have to work with that little heat. And grab my heat gun. I'm going to end this video right now. Like I said, just a little bit of heat around these edges. I'll go ahead and show you guys what we got going on here. So, you know, as far as fit and finish, without even using any heat yet, I mean, we have got that right down to the edges. You can see right here, there's a little bit of pull up. As soon as we put some heat on that, that will stay down perfectly. And then as far as fit and finish goes on these, you can see, if I get some light in here, that bottom piece, there's that corner. I'm going to put some heat on that and push that around and get that going. And then you'll see where the screw holes are. I'll just simply take my knife on the inside of those and cut that out smooth, so those screw holes will show just like normal factory. Okay, here it is. And then the top of the bed going across. Excuse me, guys. So if you have any questions anymore, just let me know. Thanks.